just couldn't focus and concentrate enough at some point, especially the longer the tournament went, the more tired, fatigue he was. Today I want to share a story with you of one of my clients who made a new personal best, PB. And the interesting thing about this actually was that just 3 weeks before his PB, he choked completely in a tournament. So within a very short period of time, he made 2 completely different experiences. And I want to have a closer look with you what we actually found out together and what the difference was between joking and between a peak performance. And what he actually found out is that sometimes less is more. So let's make a deep dive and see what he actually found out for himself. Welcome to today's video. My name is Steven and I work together with mainly athletes and help them become mentally strong and successful. I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, and it's always fascinating for me to see how people can actually change and evolve within a short period of time. So sometimes it's just maybe one tournament, maybe it's a few weeks or a few months. And sometimes we just need to get some clarity and gain some consciousness. And then it's like a game changer for the people, for the athletes in this case. And they can perform on a completely different level. And it was the same with, his name is Jan. When he participated in a tournament, in a mini golf tournament, he's a mini golf player, plays on a top level. So he's in a national team in Switzerland, used to be a top 10 player in the world a few years ago, then quit his sport at some point due to workload and other things, and started a comeback then roughly 3 years ago. And we've been working together on his mental strength now for roughly 2.5 years. And it has been a very fascinating journey, I think, for both of us. And especially this part of his career, let's say, where he experienced within a few weeks the difference between, let's say, joking and peak performance. So he found out that with the first tournament where he choked, he was stressed. So he had too many things on his plate. He had to work a lot. He was busy also in private life. He didn't sleep enough. His diet was not ideal. So there were several things that had an influence on him. That was what he found out for himself when we reflected on this a few weeks later. And he said he just couldn't focus and concentrate enough at some point, especially the longer the tournament went, the more tired, fatigue he was. And he was a bit exhausted in the end. And he said that was the main reason why he couldn't perform, because he actually had a good feeling, but he just was not on a peak level on the mental side. Then 3 weeks later, he plays another tournament. And he tells me, Steven, this was my best tournament ever. Even when I was at the peak of my game, I've never played a tournament like this. And so we had a closer look at what was different. And the difference was, firstly, it was that he had some holidays before the tournament and during the tournament. So I think he had about 2 weeks off. So he told me, I didn't have to work, of course. Yeah, I didn't have the stress from business. I was able to sleep more. I slept long hours. I just relaxed more. I didn't do so much things. And The whole package actually had a huge impact on him. He said he felt super comfortable and fit during the tournament. Nothing like fatigue or tiredness. He was absolutely focused, concentrated, and was able to get into the flow. So, but then comes the crucial part, what he actually realized when we discussed this. The crucial part was not only the workload that was less and more sleep, but the difference was, he told me, he didn't do many things during the holidays. So it was Christmas time, and he just spent a lot of time with his girlfriend and with his family, but he didn't go to any gigs. He didn't go out for dinner. He didn't do any clubbing. He didn't go to the theater. He just didn't do too many things. So he was a bit more passive, and he gave his body, mind and soul more time to restore energy by just staying at home, also reading a lot and spending a lot of time at home, maybe sometimes even simply doing nothing. Nowadays, this is something pretty unusual. I mean, who's willing actually to do nothing? Nowadays, we're used to being active all the time, and even if it's just that we feel a bit bored and we check our smartphone if we have received any new messages, or check our social media accounts. So just doing nothing, and also the chance to be or to become bored, this is almost impossible nowadays for many people. But he realized actually that beforehand he stuffed his free time, his leisure time also, with all sorts of things. So he was always on the road with friends, with family. He was going out for some drinks. He went for dinner. He went to some gigs. So his body, mind and soul were always moving, always active. And this is tiring. We shouldn't underestimate this. We need rest time, and rest time means also that we sometimes just stay at home and do something analog. So read a book, play a game of chess with someone, listen to some music, read a newspaper, or just sit in front of a fireplace and look into the fire. This has a huge impact on our soul especially, and this gives our whole system the chance to restore energy and fill up our energy tank so that we can perform again on a high level when we need to. Because we can compare this like being on the motorway. Let's say you're on the motorway or the highway and you have 2 lanes, and we are on the left lane all the time. So in Europe we overtake on the left side. So I don't know where you are now, maybe it's on the right hand side on your side, but where I am in Switzerland, of course, usually you drive on the right hand side and you overtake on the left hand side, so on the left lane. So imagine being on the left lane only with the 200 k's, and you are going for it all the time. At some point our engine will just quit, it will just choke. We've asked too much of our system, of our car in this case. So, and it's comparable with us, body, mind and soul. If we are only on the road all the time, this is exhausting, and at some point we're going to choke. The worst case, as you may know, could be something like a burnout or even a depression. So it's important that we also have some time in stillness, in silence, with ourselves, maybe just with our spouse or our kids, and that we don't have the feeling we might miss something if we don't go outside and you know, oh, I need to see this, and oh, my friends are there, I need to join them, otherwise I'm gonna miss, I won't be able to talk about this happening with them, this event afterwards. Well, you know, don't worry, the life will go on, and you will benefit much more when you sometimes just take a break. So it's also to avoid this FOMO, the fear of missing out. So just to get this straight, FOMO, fear of missing out, is nothing else than an illusion. It's simply your brain is used to get entertained and needs this dopamine shot all the time. So if you don't deliver this, your system is shouting, let's say, and it tells you, hey, I'm bored, I need to experience something. We need to go out and see some people, and we need to go to a gig, or, I just need some entertainment. And it's important to understand that this is a misconception in our system, let's say. And we need to train ourselves and our system that we don't need this dopamine shot. It's nice to have it maybe from time to time, but be very cautious, very careful with it, so that you don't get the feeling you have to do this, or you need to be part of that, otherwise you're gonna miss out on something. Instead, if you want to really be on a high level and be in peak performance mode, you need some time with yourself in silence, especially when you're preparing for an important competition or event. So it's better to spend more time with yourself in stillness, silence. You have more time also for self-reflection. And make sure that you sleep enough. Have a closer look on your diet, what you eat, what you drink before the competition. And spend time with some good people, but not too many, because this is exhausting again when you have too many people around us. So make sure that you have the most important ones around you, but you don't want to waste any time now, especially when the competition is coming closer and closer. He said, in the future, I need to make sure that, especially before competitions, but also maybe in general, I need to avoid FOMO, and I need to stop filling my calendar from morning till evening and leave some gaps in between, so that I can have a break, that I can restore, my system can restore, so that I can perform on a top level over a long period of time, not only maybe for 2 hours, but maybe even for 1 or 2 days, and I don't get tired and exhausted, because beforehand my energy level was already maybe only half full. So what are the takeaways now for you? I would suggest try it out, maybe create a weekly calendar and check out what you need to do. So what are the musts you have? This could be maybe studies, school, your business. Maybe you're a professional athlete, so it's all that comes together with training, maybe some appointments with sponsors, maybe PR. All that, bring everything together that you must do, so you can't miss this. Same with training, of course, in competition. This is also a must. Then comes the cans. So what are the cans? Add everything else in the calendar that you can do, but you don't have to do it. And then try to figure out, are there any energy and time consumers? So this could be, maybe you realize, hey, I spend so many hours on my smartphone every day, and this is something that definitely doesn't give you energy, it just takes energy from you. So maybe you can just minimize that time. Or it's how much time do you actually spend at the training also? Maybe you find out the gross time I spend there is 4 hours, so the net time is 2 hours. So by doing this weekly plan, you can figure out, where do I still have some gaps? Where are some time consumers, some time killers, energy killers that I want to minimize or avoid even completely? And you see exactly what you need to do, what you can do, and what you should avoid. And then make sure that you have enough gaps in between for a break, maybe even take a nap at some point, maybe in the afternoon. Spend some quality time with yourself, with the most important people around you. So don't forget, sometimes less can be more. In case you would like to work on your mental strength as well, feel free to book a free call via the Tidy Care link in the video description. If you like the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.